Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today we are going to talk about the spell Power Word Stun. I've got the Legacy version up here right now, and we are going to compare this to the new version. There are some changes. Is it a buff? Is it a nerf? Well, we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the changes in the conditions that these spells inflicted in the Legacy and the 2024 version, and much more. So stay tuned and don't go away. All right. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. And don't forget to share the video either. All right, so here we go. Here is the spell. Back in the day, we gave Power Word Stun a S tier. This is a fantastic spell because of a couple of things. So it's 8th level spell, 1 action, range of 60 feet. It's only a verbal component, which is awesome. And you spoke a word that overwhelms the mind of a creature you can see within range. And if it had 150 or fewer hit points, it was stunned, period. And then it had to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So on the turn you did it, you just stunned it. And it was stunned for its first turn and possibly could be stunned longer. And this was usable by bards, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards. Now, the stunned condition, and I've got the old player's handbook here. So this is the Legacy version of the player's handbook. Let's get rid of the arrow. So here's the old version of the player's handbook here. So a creature is incapacitated, cannot move, and can speak only falteringly. Now, incapacitated, we can't highlight over that because that, if you highlight over it, it goes immediately to the it goes to the 2024 version. So we have to go to what it says here. An incapacitated creature cannot take actions or reactions. So it can't take actions. It can't take reactions because it's incapacitated. It cannot move, and it still can speak a little bit, but only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. So we got no actions, no movement, no reactions. And if we hit it with a disintegration now, it's going to take a lot of damage because it's going to fail that dex save. Or fireball, or lightning bolt, or chain lightning, or whatever spell you think that you're going to use that is a dex saving throw. The other one is the strength saving throw. That is an important one too, because there's a lot of very nasty spells that target the strength for saving throws, and a strength saving throw has a tendency to be pretty easy to get over. It's the easiest one out of all of them because most creatures have a pretty high strength. And the last bullet on this one for the old stun is attack rolls against the creature have advantage. They're not criticals, they're just advantage. So this is different than paralyzed. But again, they fail strength and dexterity saving throws. We've got advantage, and it cannot act. So for at least one turn, everybody can just pile on this thing. Okay, so that is the Legacy version. Now let's look at the new version of the spell. And here it is right here. So it's still 8th level, still 1 action, still 60 feet, still only a verbal component. It is usable by bards, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards, so same classes. You overwhelm the mind, same thing, of a creature you can see within range. Same thing. If the target has 150 or fewer hit points, it has the stunned condition. All right, let's look at the new stunned condition. Here it is right here. You are incapacitated. So if we are incapacitated, we cannot take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. The only thing that's new in this is no bonus actions. The previous stun said no actions, but it didn't say anything about bonus actions. So that's an addition. Your concentration is broken. The old stun didn't, or incapacitation didn't say anything about that. You cannot speak. So the old one was falteringly speak. And if you're incapacitated when you roll initiative, you have disadvantage on the roll. And the new surprise rolls kind of suck. But so that is part of the stunned condition. In addition, you so you're incapacitated, which means no actions, no bonus actions, no reactions. You can't talk. You automatically fail dex and strength saving throws, so that's the same. And attack rolls against you have advantage. That's the same. So no actions, no bonus actions, no reactions. You break concentration. You cannot talk, and you fail dex and strength saving throws, and everything has advantage on attack rolls against you. However, in this, there is no you cannot move. All right, so let's go back to the spell and see if the spell addressed that, because it does. Otherwise, so the last sentence here, it says it has the stun condition when you use the spell. So there's no save then. Otherwise, its speed is 0 until the start of your next turn. So which means on its turn, one turn, it has a speed of 0. Now, the stunned condition didn't say anything about not being able to move in 2024. In the Legacy version, it says you cannot move. But in the 2024 version, it says nothing about not being able to move, which means you can move. Except for this one sentence here, which says that your speed is 0 until the start of your next turn. That is the person that cast the spell. Its speed is 0. So then it says the stunned target makes a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the condition on itself on a success. So you cast the spell, it's stunned. Let's say it's got 125 hit points. It is stunned. So no actions, no reactions, no bonus actions. If it was concentrating, that's gone. And because of the last sentence here, because of this sentence right here, it cannot move. Its turn comes around. No actions, no bonus actions, no reactions. It loses concentration. It can't talk, and its speed is 0. So it can't move on its turn. And then at the end of its turn, it makes a saving throw, and let's say it fails. So it's still stunned, but now it can move. Until the beginning of your turn. So then you go again, and if it's still alive by the time it goes around again, it can move. So that is a big, giant, massive difference for this spell. Now, one thing I do want to point out, because of the new classes, we always love the new sorcerer, and sorcerers can cast this spell. And we like a couple of things the sorcerer can do. We like innate sorcery, increasing the DC of spells by 1. So that makes it harder to save versus this spell. We also like heightened spell right here. When you cast a spell that forces so this is a controversy. So when you cast a spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw, is that make a saving throw right away or just make a saving throw? So there's a couple of ways to look at this. If it is interpreted as when you cast a spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw at that moment, then this will not work with Power Word Stun, because they're not making the saving throw until the end of their turn. But if you interpret it as you're casting a spell that does force a creature to make a saving throw eventually, then it would give them disadvantage. But there are other ways around this. One of the ways I like to go around this is with wild magic, and we can bend luck, so we can give them a minus 1d4 to their saving throw. So we've got innate sorcery and at least bend luck to do that. If we are a bard, and this is an older bard, so we're going to the College of Eloquence bard, and we're going to the unsettling words, so we can use our bonus action to use our bardic inspiration die to give them a penalty to their next saving throw. And so that'll be on their turn. And they will take that penalty and they will not be able to use it. So going back to this and looking at it again, At this point, I'm going to lower this down to an A+ because of the changes in this spell that they made because of movement. Everything else is essentially the same. But I don't feel that it works for a turn just like the old power word stun. But after that turn is over with, it doesn't necessarily work like it anymore. Now, there are bonus actions that could be used with the old spell, and now you can't use bonus action. But I think movement is a really, really important thing. But there are no actions that are used with this. All right, that is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody